Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Corona. Although, as you'll know, we're not actually cooking with Corona, we are in fact cooking whilst we're in lockdown. That is, of course, unless you're suffering from COVID-19, in which case we are in fact cooking with Corona in both respects of the connotations within that sentence. Now, I am in fact cooking this today, unless, of course, you're watching this tomorrow, in which case I'm not. By which I mean I'm cooking on the same day that I cooked the deviled kidneys, so I'm really giving myself a bit of a challenge, if you like. It's quite late, you see, so I'm hungry again, and it includes many of the same recipes that I use for deviled kidneys. In fact, you might want to swap around the coating, the method, for the two of them. I said that the coating for deviled kidneys would be good for chicken as well, so you can do that for chicken, or you can take the kidneys and glaze them in cola, like I'm about to do the chicken now. Because that is the recipe for today, cola glazed chicken. I know it sounds vile, but I'm told that it isn't. I'm following the recipe of Spend with Pennies, chef named Holly, and also all recipes by Genuine. It's a kind of hybrid between the two, as many of my recipes are, with a bit of my own invention, but most of all I have to thank my good friend Mr. Hoare, who gave me the idea of doing it. Shout out to him. They call for either 6 or 8 thighs of chicken. I'm using only 4 because, well, there's only one of me. If you didn't see the deviled kidneys recipe, then I shall tell you which of the ingredients are the same. Mustard powder, Worcestershire sauce, salt and pepper. Pepper that, of course, in my case is mixed in with a little turmeric. It's my personal addition. And here I have some oregano. Can't quite remember whether I added that to the deviled kidneys, but I shall be in this. Might put in a bit of onion salt for fun, we'll see. And also mushroom ketchup. It's supposed to be tomato ketchup, but I don't own any, so I shall be putting some tomato puree in as well, to add flavour. On the off chance that it doesn't work. Now, chicken first of all. Get some oil, that's the other ingredient that I also use for deviled kidneys, and heat it on that until it's nicely browned. Just turn it over. You can see how it's started to brown on this side. Not fully, but we're getting there. Just move them off the heat a bit. And now, on with the marinade. A little under 100 millilitres of this mushroom ketchup then. If it were tomato ketchup I had more. I've added the tomato puree, and here is some red pesto that I'm going to put in. Mix that together then. Put it in a bowl. Half a teaspoon of oregano, that's probably a whole teaspoon actually, but never mind. Mix around. Same quantity of mustard. Pinch of salt in there. This is supposed to be muscovado sugar, but I'm using just granulated brown sugar because why not? About a teaspoon. Pepper and turmeric, of course. Mix together. Now, you're only supposed to use 1 clove of garlic, but you may see down here that the 3 or 4 garlics I used are a little bit shriveled, so I shall be putting them all in. I forgot that onion was an addition. I'll just cut half an onion and put that in as well. Sure, by now you know what a chopped up onion looks like. Just avoid cutting the stalk if you're susceptible to weeping. Bung that into the concoction. There's a little bit of origami that I missed. Might as well put that in. And finally, the cola. Lovely. Yes, may have been a teensy bit tighter to use the mixing bowl for this. That way, the whole bottle can be used. And here's the beginning of another bottle. There. Just give it a good mix. Now, there are 2 ways of going about this, and that is to fry the chicken even further with the ingredients. The other is to bake it. I think I'm going to go with baking it in this nice casserole dish. Chicken in first then. And now, here is the mixing for the glazing. try to submerge it a little more. That's it. That's the way. Just drown my little chickadees. They need to creep out, they're already dead. Now the oven is at 175 degrees Celsius, and into that I'm going to put this lovely glazed chicken. Or perhaps I should say marinated chicken at the moment, but it'll be glazed by the time it's out. And we'll leave it there for about 50 minutes. Right, well that has been in there for 15 minutes. I know it doesn't seem like that, because I kind of teleport you around the place, but I assure you it has been in there 50 minutes. And now I'm going to have a little accomplishment, which is more or less an invention of mine. I wanted to experiment with Chinese cookery, and I had these bean shoots here, these lovely bean sprouts. But I can't leave them any longer, they're starting to wilt, so I'm going to put them in a pan full of oil, as you see over here. You might as well make the lot of it. Then a good sprinkle of soy sauce, keep my late grandmother happy. Nice. And some basil leaves for some extra green. Lovely. Give it a nice stir. This was just an ordinary stir fry. I might put shrimps in, or lardons maybe, slices of meat, or even corn if you're a vegetarian, but quite honestly, this is just a side dish or something to have with. You can have it. Usually you'd serve your Kohler chicken with the rice or vegetables. I was negligent the last time I went shopping. So all the greens are the basil and the parsley that I'm putting in with the bean sprouts. And the bean sprouts are still vegetables, so it still works. Now, all I need to do is serve. Ooh, this looks good. Let's have a look then, let's get it out. Nice. Maybe put 2 pieces there. Good decent bit of the bean sprout. Let's try my little invention first. Nice good kick to it. Now the chicken. Now you're supposed to use skinless chicken, I forgot to mention that. Let's see if it works nonetheless. Chicken, outer skin is nicely glazed. How did it get through to the meat? Oh, nice. It's good that I actually like the skin, isn't it, on these things, but it's cooked through. Look. It's nice. Nicely cooked straight through, isn't it? Oh, this is delicious. Try it yourself if you like. Kohler chicken, and many thanks again to my dear friend. Have a go yourself if you like. If you feel you're up to it. And if you don't, feel free not to. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta! Right, just a little bonus recipe. It's the exact same one. What I'm just going to show you is that I should have originally used thighs that were both skinless and boneless in nature. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing that I did earlier. Plonk them in to this frying pan, non-stick frying pan, because I've got some more of the glaze, as you can see down here, and I want to enjoy it as it should taste. So Just brown them a little bit in the pan, just as you saw me do earlier, with the not entirely correct ones, even though they did still work. Yes, this is good. I did note that I needed to fry them for more than 5 minutes when they had skin and bone on them. The skinless ones, they've been in 5 minutes. You can see they're already browning quite quickly. And one other thing that I'm going to make a little different, or two other things I should say, is that I'm going to make this sauce a little thicker. So I've got a little water here. Into this, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons full of corn flour. 1, 2. Then stir. This, by the way, is already heating on the hob. And we're going to put that in there to thicken it. One other thing I'm going to do is just take a little ginger and grate that in. Give it an extra kick. There. Stir that around. Then we take the chicken pieces and put it in the sauce. There's so much of it there that it actually, like the last one, it's kind of engulfed in there. It's more marinated than glazed. Now, cover it over then. Put it in the oven for the same amount of time as the previous one. 50 minutes. And at the same heat. See you later. It's later. Now, just get that out of the oven. Have a look at that. Isn't that wonderful? The hob has only recently been turned off, that's why it's bubbling. Lovely. Nice. Spilled a little bit, but still. It's nice looking. Hopefully, it'll taste as nice as it looks. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Absolutely lovely. Still got some of the glazing left. I might try something else. But for what it is, it's very good. May try it with kidneys again, maybe sausages. I might, if I did it again, lower the quantity of the cola. But I think it's very nice. Nice mixture of flavours. And I like a mixture of flavours. Try it yourself if you like. And if you don't like, you waste your time watching me. Ta-ta! Indeed it does work with sausages. Very nice. And lardons as well. Just add some, well, you'd normally put beef stock or chicken stock in if you were making sausage casserole. I put vegetable stock in to thicken it a bit, and it still works. So for glazing with sausages, it works very well indeed. Because that is the recipe for today, cola glazed chicken. I know it sounds vile, but I'm told that it isn't. I'm following the recipe of Spend with Pennies, chef named Holly. On with the marinade. If it were tomato ketchup, I had more. I've added the tomato puree, and here is some red pesto that I'm going to put in eventually. Finally. And here is the... The oven is at 175 milligrams. No, it isn't. It's... Right, well that has been in there for 15 minutes. I know it doesn't seem like that because I kind of teleport you around the place, but I assure you it has been in there 15 minutes. I'm going to leave it in the nice warm oven. I'm going to leave it in the oven that I've now switched off. I've switched off the oven, but I've kept it... I've switched off the onion, but it'll still... I switched off the onion, but it'll still be nice and hot in there, so I'll leave the chicken. This sauce a little thicker, so I've got a little water here. Into this, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons full of corn flour. At some point.